देखना श्री देवी निकलेगी छलमत छल्लो वाली, बिरी डांस मारेगी जादू के अंदर में, और एक नेवला का होगा लड़ाई सांप के साथ में। आजा आजा।
Chorbatti village in Chhattisgarh, eastern India, has a small community of Kalandar families. Kalandars are traditionally dependent on keeping and performing with wild animals. They live off this tradition, handling animals for entertainment across India. Semi-nomadic, this community has primarily depended on bear dancing as a source of livelihood for generations. Sher Ali and Ashraf are two of the most experienced Kalandars in Chorbatti.
ये क्या है कि हम लोग का खानदानी धंधा है। इसमें हमारी कई पुरखौती मर गई नचाते नचाते भालू का, और डेरा डंडी लेके साथ में घूमने, बाल बच्चे पूरा परिवार लेके साथ में घूमते करते हम लोग का।
तो बाप लोगों ने नचाए, फिर उसके बाद हम लोग अपना होश संभाले, तो उस धंधे को फिर हम लोग किए 14-15 साल की उम्र से। अब हमारा तो यही बिजनेस था, खानदानी धंधे थे।
तो जैसे जंगल एरिया में तो जंगली लोग जाते थे लकड़ी कहीं गाय बैल चराने के लिए, तो जैसे कोई भालू का बच्चा देख के आ जाते थे तो वाकई हम लोग को बताते थे। 15-20 आदमी मिल के जाते थे और वहाँ पर ले जाने के बाद वहाँ आगी मागी सिलगाते थे, चांदना मानना बताते थे, फटाका ले जाते थे। उसको फोड़ने से क्या है कि उसकी मार डर के मारे भाग जाती थी, तो उस बच्चे को निकाल के ले लाते थे।
भालू का बच्चा हम लोग ले आते थे, 1500 तलंग में मिल जाता था, तो उसको हम लोग पालते थे।
The cub mortality was fairly high. Not all of them would live to face the lifelong abuse involved with being a dancing bear. Many cubs succumbed to the traumatic process of capture, the shock of transportation and captivity.
साल भर के बाद उनका दांत तोड़ देते थे, नत्थी उनका छेद देते थे 6-7 महीने के बाद। उनका नत्थी सूजा डाल के छेदते थे। जैसे उनका हिया से नाक में सूजा डालते थे और हिया पर जाने के बाद ना, हिया पर कर्म हड्डी एक ठिया है, जैसे वो हड्डी में टच ना हुई तो ये हिया से उन लोग का छेदा जाता था, जैसे कान के बाली छेदते। जैसा दांत काटना था तो दांत को तो क्या है, जो आरी आती है लोहा काटने वाली, तो उसी में ना उसका दांत काटते थे आधा दूर से। चिल्लाता था, दर्द होता था तो क्या दर्द की गोली खिलाते थे उन लोग को।
The piercing of a bear's nose is a brutal process that uses crude iron needles used to sew mattresses. The needle is heated in fire and plunged into the cub's nose while it is held down.
In the course of our investigation, the Kalandars admitted that nearly 40% of bear cubs die in the first year, even before they start the torture process of being trained. Also, the site of the nose piercing was invariably infected in almost all the cases we have observed.
अगर वो नाक को अगर नहीं छेदा जाएगा तो क्या है, जानवर सीखेगा नहीं खेल तमाशा।
Once the rope is put through their tender nose, the bear cub will do anything to shield itself from the severe pain caused by the tugging of the rope while training. Cruel as it is, bear dancing has been a tradition for more than 500 years. The payment for these wandering performances was often in the form of grains and food. The bears were the bread earners and the Qalandars dependent on them. Qalandars were also known to starve bears as a means of controlling them. When they were fed, they were only given human food such as roti bread and cow's milk, a diet totally unnatural and unhealthy for the bears.
पूरा परिवार साथ चलते थे सर। क्या था, हमारे पास घोड़े थे। जैसा इस बस्ती से उस बस्ती जाना है तो घोड़े में सामान लाद देते थे, बच्चों को बैठा देते थे। इस गांव से उस गांव गए 5 किलोमीटर 6 किलोमीटर, वहाँ जाके अपना तम्बू डाल लिए। तम्बू डालने के बाद वहाँ से फिर आसपास का बस्ती 1-2 दिन रह के घूम लिए, वहाँ से उठाए फिर 5-6 किलोमीटर आगे चल दिए। दिन में साहब कभी हो जाती थी 500 की भी कमाई, कभी 200 की भी कमाई, कभी 700, कभी 1000 भी मिल जाता था, कभी 5 पैसा भी नहीं मिलता था।
Though a lifeline for the Qalandars, this practice has been a living nightmare for the sloth bears. Plucked away when they were little from mothers who were smoked out and either driven away or brutally killed, the baby bear's ordeal had only just begun. Bear cruelty for entertainment has traditionally existed in other parts of the world as well. Turkey, Greece, Bulgaria, Siberia, and other parts of Europe have had a history of bear dancing. In the early 1990s, the World Society for the Protection of Animals, WSPA, launched an extensive campaign in Turkey to curb and end this inhuman practice. Through the campaign, WSPA not only eradicated bear dancing here, it also set up the first bear rehab center to give these abused and injured bears a protected space to recuperate and get some sense of their wild roots, even though they could not actually be put back into the wild, as they would be unable to fend for themselves.
In Turkey, there was no real attempt to assist the dancing bear owners. It was more about enforcement. You're breaking the law, you're doing something that is wrong legally, and we are now going to enforce the law by removing the bear.
In India, sloth bears are found across the country, with a large population in central India. A small and predictable home range of 2 to 14 square kilometers used by sloth bears makes it easy for hunters to locate and track them. The sourcing of bear cubs for the dancing bear tradition has gravely threatened the sloth bear population in the wild. Some poached cubs were drugged with opium so they could not make a noise. They were then smuggled across long distances, packed in sacks, fruit boxes, or trussed up in hay in crates. The cubs would not be fed throughout the journey, as the traders feared being caught. The IUCN has now declared the status for sloth bears as vulnerable. However, despite bear dancing being banned in India under the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, in reality, the captive audiences, the assured income, and the lack of other livelihood skills made it difficult for bear owners to give up this practice. Initial efforts by different groups to enforce the ban on bear dancing in India focused on confiscation of bears and the arrest of bear owners. This was not entirely successful. In the next phase, swapping the bears for a lump sum payout to Qalandars was tried.
बहुत भालू था सर, उसको जमा कर दिए सर, तो पैसा भी बोले थे 50,000 रुपया देने के सर, तो 20,000 रुपया दिए सर। वो भी हमारे पास 5-5, 6-6 बच्चे थे सर, खा लिया सर, पैसा हमारे पास बचा नहीं सर। उसके बाद कुछ कर्जा भी हो गए सर।
This system of cash exchange for dancing bears proved to be counterproductive on the ground.
This is not something that people just started doing a few years back. So you had to address their tradition, you had to address their livelihood, you had to address their respect in society if you wanted to make sure that the bears had a better quality of life.
With this learning, WSPA and the Wildlife Trust of India, WTI, teamed up to step in and develop a more holistic and sustainable strategy to eradicate bear dancing and bear cub sourcing in India. While the protection of bears in the wild was the key priority, the other was to simultaneously ensure alternative, viable and sustainable livelihood options for the Kalandar families. The aim was to offer seed funding for alternate livelihoods with 4 to 5 years of mentoring to help Kalandar stabilize and achieve their goals.
Really exciting thing about the project here in India is that we've tackled it in a very different way in comparison to the way that the WSPA has worked before on eradicating the dancing bear tradition in a given country. For example, it's a much more holistic approach that's being used this time. That in many cases, Kalandars depend on their bears for their sole source of income. So simply to come and to remove the bear and take the bear away from them has huge implications, and in the long term isn't sustainable because they have mouths to feed and can try and source a new bear, and the whole tradition and the cycle will just be perpetuated.
Bhagat, a field worker from the WSPA WTI team, came to Chorbatti in 2006. Along with Ashraf, he located the Kalandar group in a remote forest area and travelled with them for 2 months. He understood their needs and shared ideas about possible livelihood options if they were to stop bear dancing. At the end of 2 months, 8 bears were surrendered by the Kalandars in the area and were kept at a temporary bear enclosure set up by the WSPA WTI team with the help of the Forest Department.
It was fairly clear that the bear cubs were being caught by a very different set of people and were danced by a very different set of people. And the bear cubs were coming from 2 very clear different hubs. One was in a place called Tata Nagar in Jharkhand, and another one was close to Sambalpur, and were being seized by forest officials or by with the help of NGOs. Our purpose is really to make sure that sloth bears don't really come out of the forest. They remain where they are. And with this in mind, we thought that if we could get into the places which were the hubs of the trade, then in a way we would be spreading some amount of awareness.
In 2008, the campaign was taken wider. A theatre performance that included local people was developed. Sloth bear masks and effective characterization conveyed the pain of the animals to the audience. The play travelled from village to village across the sloth bear regions in Chhattisgarh and Orissa, communicating with local people, advocating the protection of bears, and informing people of the illegality of bear poaching and trade. Simultaneously, over 400 government forest staff and community volunteer watch groups were trained to patrol the forest areas and monitor bear trade activity. As the bear campaign gained momentum, it started to show results. In January 2010, the WTI team received information about 2 bear cubs in a village. The villagers who found the cubs did not try to sell them. Instead, they looked after the bereft cubs and also informed Rudra from WTI and the Forest Department. The bear cubs were then handed over to the Forest Department with the hope that they would be released in the wild. The campaign outreach was paying off. In May 2011, the patrolling team, along with the enforcement authorities, caught a group of poachers with a hunted bear. In Chorbatti, the next steps towards alternative livelihood options for the Qalandars were being worked out. Various ideas were contemplated, with a key emphasis on sustainability. Ashraf and his son decided to take a loan for a load tractor. They now start the day at 4 a.m., deploying their tractor to ferry bricks from local kilns to the customers in the city.
भालू हम लोग दे दिए, सिलेंडर कर दिए, जो 1,80,000 में सेकेंड हैंड हमको एक ट्रैक्टर दिया गया। महीने में साहब आमदनी हो जाती है 15,000, 20,000 ऐसी आमदनी होती है, तो जिसमें 10,000 रुपये तो अपना किस्त के चल देता है और बाकी अपना परिवार के खर्चे में चल देता है।
Sher Ali decided to take a loan for agriculture. Today, he is one of the most successful farmers in Chorbatti.
मेरे लड़के का भालू था राजली का, उसमें हम लोग को 60,000 दिया गया, तो हमने पैसा मिला के ये ज़मीन लिए वाली खेत लिए। अब इसी खेत में हम लोग किसानी अपने कर रहे हैं।
In the last 6 years, through the WSPA-WTI program across 4 states of central and eastern India, 50 Qalandars have been rehabilitated with 100% success in them not returning to bear dancing or any other kind of livelihood that relies on animal performances. Many of the rehabilitated Qalandars have higher earnings than the basic daily wages for unskilled workers, which is about 165 rupees or $3 per day. Through this effort, they have been helped to access their rights to government services and schemes, like voter registration and employment assistance.
The NGOs like WESPA, the WTI and IFAW, which came forward and they did help the state governments and the central government in weaning away the Qalandars from this traditional dancing of bears. And in 3 states, this experiment has proved very successful.
In Kongya village, Chhattisgarh, Aziz now has a successful bakery. He earns 400 to 500 rupees per day and also employs his wife and other Qalandars in his business. In Bhopal, Anwar and Rafiq have started an oxygen cylinder supply business.
गैस पर टैक्स और आपका ट्रांसपोर्ट निकालने के बाद में हम लोगों को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एक सिलेंडर पे 20 रुपए का बेनिफिट हो पाता है। मंथली मेरी जो इनकम है वो 10,000 हो जाती है।
Fact that there are no sloth bears at the moment, visibly dancing does not mean that it's out of people's heads. Tradition dies slower than is visible. And if it's in people's head, it can resurrect at any time. So we need to ensure that that livelihood process that we've begun is complete, that people are actually happy in that new livelihood, and that future generations do not have the temptation of going back.
Back in Chorbati, Ashraf has helped form a self-help group and initiated a savings scheme. It aims to become a support system for Qalandars who are still struggling. This group's success is further removing the Qalandars' need to ever return to the practice of bear dancing. They hope that this fund will also stand security for the coming generations.
इस समूह हमने इसलिए शुरू किया कि इसमें हम लोग का गरीबों का कुछ फ़ायदा भी हो जाएगा, कि जैसे हर महीने के जैसे हम लोग ऐसा तो जमा कर नहीं सकते हैं, तो क्या है कि हर महीने के इस समूह के जरिए से 50 रुपये हर महीने के महीने हमारा जमा होता जाएगा, तो ये पैसा आगे चल के हमारे कुछ काम आ जाएगा।
बाहर में घूमते थे तो अब हम ही लोग नहीं पढ़े, हमारे अब्बा ही लोग नहीं पढ़े थे तो हम लोग भी कहाँ पढ़े। बच्चे लोग पढ़े लिख रहे हैं तो हम लोगों को भी खुशी है और बहुत आनंद है और अच्छा लग रहा है।
Now, many children from these Qalandar families are able to go to school as a result of the shift from their nomadic lifestyle. These children will be the first from their families to get a steady education.
मेरा नाम सबाना, मैं पहली क्लास पढ़ती, सब मैडम पढ़ाते हैं, अच्छा लगता है।
अपनी ज़िंदगी तो हुई बेकार, बच्चे लोग की कम से कम इसमें ज़िंदगी अब बनना चाहिए।
मेरे को स्कूल अच्छा लगता है, पढ़ूंगा लिखूंगा। मुझे पढ़ना अच्छा लगता है, बहुत अच्छा लगता है।
Aslam, an ex-bear dancing Qalandar, has now started an auto service to drop children to school every morning.
इस समझ के अपनी ज़िंदगी बच्चे लोग पढ़ेंगे भी, अगला अभी जो नचा रहे हैं भालू इस ज़िंदगी में, तो हमारे बाल बच्चे होंगे वो भी नचाना लगेंगे, इसलिए धंधा को ख़त्म यहीं से कर देते हैं करके उन लोग सोच के दे दिए।
एक धंधा मिल गया था, ये बच्चे लोग पढ़ रहे हैं, बच्चे लोग की ज़िंदगी बन रहा है, इसलिए बहुत खुश हूँ।
जैसे आप बोली है बारिश के समय मैं मैडम बनना चाहती हूँ।
कलंदर के बच्चे जो हैं पढ़ने में है, मतलब उनका माइंड है, कैच कर लेता है, पढ़ सकते हैं, रेगुलरली स्कूल आने पे वो अच्छे से पढ़ लेंगे।
I like to going to school.
In 2012, another historic step has been taken for the protection of bears in India. WSPA and WTI contributed to a government-sponsored Bear Conservation and Welfare Action Plan.
We in fact want to have this National Bear Conservation Action Plan so that there is more focus from the central government as well as from the state government, that we do have 4 species of bear, and one of these species, the sloth bear, is endemic to India. That is, it belongs to us, it belongs to this country, and that is why the need for having this National Bear Conservation Action Plan.
The plan also marks WSPA's final contribution to 17 years of bear welfare work in India. The far-reaching strategy, when fully implemented by the government, will protect bears.
Here is a case where there is a win-win situation for animal and human being, and that has been achieved.
Successful animal welfare efforts have to be rooted in compassion for both wildlife and marginalized people.
नहीं नचाएंगे, अब हमारा दिल नहीं होता है उसको रखने का, ना नचाने का भी अब नहीं होता।
The WSPA WTI Dancing Bear campaign has been successful because of its holistic and sustainable approach.
अभी तो बहुत खुशहाली है, मेरे को इतना अच्छा है, ऐसा लगता है कि मेरा दूसरा जन्म हो गया।
While it requires a long-term approach to protect wild animals from exploitation and abuse, WSPA and WTI has shown it is possible to empower a few people to change their lives in a way that achieves sustainable benefits for both animals and whole communities. A synergy that protects both communities and animals.